Welcome to the Third One channel, where today we're talking about the Netflix show Never Have I Ever, which is about all of Devi's misadventures, and I think it's really exciting, honestly. So, and I'll mention before we start the video that tomorrow or the day after, the second part of the pilot video I made should be coming out, so you can look forward to that. But let's get into the video. First off, we got Steve, a fairly minor character. We'll just put it in C tier. He's forgettable. He's kind of long gone, but I feel bad for him the way he got dumped by Kamala, because he was a cool guy. Nothing wrong with him. So okay, Steve's minor. Next up, we got what's his name, Evan. I think Evan can go in D tier. The way he just looks down on Kamala, and Kamala manages to even trick him by pretending to be into his interests and just basically in the end overpowering him with her smarts and talent. So yeah, Evan can just go. Not cool guy at all. Next we got Chris, who is like a prime example of someone who might get judged a bit too much right off the get-go based off of like exterior. It's like, don't judge a book by its cover, and that's what Devi does with him. And she's scared of her mom dating someone new based on how close she is with her father, but Chris gives off really good vibes and seems like a great guy, so he's got to be at least B for me. What stops him from being higher? I don't know. Maybe he's just a little bit too suave or something. I don't know. B seems about right for me. We have better characters. Next up, we got Jonah, who is kind of forgettable. Like, when I was thinking about his character going back, he's nice. He always comforts those around him, and he helped Fabiola come out, which is great. Yeah, other than that, I just don't have too much to say about him. We'll split him in C with Steve. Next, we got Eve, who I'm going to drop in B tier. I think she's, how can I say it? I like her social awareness and how nice she is to Fabiola in terms of like, introducing her to the queer community and all this. And I don't know, I think she's a really strong character in terms of personality. I don't know. Kind of on the same line with Chris, I think B is appropriate here. We have better characters. Next up, we got, let's see, Prashant, who, Chris was cool, but Prashant is next level boyfriend, He's got to go in A tier for me. You can't not like this guy, He comes on and he makes you smile somehow. So he's got to go A tier for me. Next, we got Eric, who is comes in once in a while to make things awkward or whatever, but I always like these kinds of characters. I can't put him higher than B because it's Eric, but you'll put him at the bottom of B because he does make me laugh, and we need this kind of comic relief in this show, of course. And I don't know, Eric is relatable. He's cool. Next, he says he's cool, but some people say he's not cool. Next, we got Trent, who is the most honest person. A bit of an airhead, but the ultimate homie. We'll put him because he's a little bit too honest sometimes. I respect the honesty though. I'll put him just behind Eric. Maybe that's a little high, but he is realistic in terms of an American high school. Some people are like, this is a fairly realistic representation of some people in high school, so I'm gonna put him here. Next up, we got Lyle, who is sure, a decent teacher, but he needs more authority, and I don't know, he just doesn't give me great vibes. Maybe I'm remembering him wrong, but yeah, he can go down here. Not much to say about him. He could have been more interesting. Next, we got Jamie, who is a super good therapist. Always has good things to say, keeps composure, keeps control. I like that. I don't like her as much as Chris or Eve. We can slot her right here. She's a staple. She's good. She's a rock for Debbie. Next, we got Malcolm, who is probably the worst character in the series. Other than being awful as a human being, he's also just not very pleasant to watch. Not very likable in any way, so I have to put him in D. Not much more to say. He's just not a great person. John McEnroe. So yeah, he's not like acting in the show, or he did appear once, but he is the narrator, and he's something that makes the show quite special. And for that reason, I have to put him at A. He can strike a funny joke, or he can create that contrast the show needs. So yeah, I respect John McEnroe, and what a weird casting, but it kind of works, right? Next, we got Paxton, who is in a way this clueless jock who slowly learns throughout the show but isn't afraid to experiment. Maybe because he just doesn't think so. How is he different from Trent? We could put it. Well, the difference from him and Trent is that Paxton wants to learn, and he kind of, with time, he understands what is important to him, and that he wants to learn, and his values, and his how he takes care of his sister. And we slowly learn that Paxton is much more than just this pretty boy at school. So I think I'd drop him an S. He isn't my favorite character, but he is definitely designed to be likable, and the more time goes on, I think that I like him more and more, and I respect him as a character. Next up, we got Anissa, who I also want to drop an S. She just comes in and is nothing but good and fun and happy, and Devi just treats her so awfully, and I just, it's kind of like the same Steve situation, but she doesn't disappear from the show so like Steve did. But yeah, I don't know. Anissa is more likable than Devi, in my opinion. If that makes any sense. She makes, like, is Devi? Oh, I'll get to Devi actually. I won't talk about her, but yeah, I like Anissa. I think she's just a great character, great person, great friend, great everything. Again, makes you kind of smile when she comes on screen. Next, we got Ben, who I could relate to Devi in a lot of ways. Like, they have a lot of the same characteristics, only Ben feels more realistic to me. You know, obviously he comes from a rich family and all that, so I don't know what to say about that, but he's very relatable, and he's real. I like his character. I think he deserves maybe even an S tier. Well, is he up there? His character is complex in a way. I don't know what to say about Ben. I think he's really good for the whole love triangle, and um enemy turned friend turned romantic interest turned not a romantic interest, but on his own, does he stand so much? Could you do a spin-off on him? No, I don't see that. He is a supporting character more than the other ones you see in S tier. So I have to put him in A. I'll put him in A. Next up, we got Fabiola. And like many characters in the show, we see some growth with her. We see her, gain her wings, stand up tall. She comes out, stands up to her mother, and she does her interests, and she's not really scared of what other people think of it anymore. So I think that's great. I think that Fabiola deserves to be, let's say, at the bottom of A tier. I like her growth. Next, we got Eleanor, who I don't see making the same amount of growth of Fabiola. I think she's more stagnant. I think, isn't she kind of written as more like quote unquote dumb? I don't know. I do like that she's an actress, but I don't see the same kind of growth or I don't know, interestingness as, for example, Fabiola, her best friend. Yeah, she also has that stint with Malcolm, which I didn't like, so I think I'll drop her right here. Next up, we got, her name is Nirmala, and what a lovely old lady, very realistic kind of grandmother figure. Yeah, very well portrayed, very well written. I have to put her like with Chris. I don't have any complaints, but we have better characters, but I love what she adds to the show. Next, we got Kamala, who has to be the best character so far. I love this kind of, really attractive female character who doesn't know it yet, and her kind of learning what, you know, to date in America, her learning what she likes, what she doesn't like, what she wants to do with her career, her learning to, you know, overcome these stigmas in the workplace with gender and all this, and just her really funny personality. All of this combined, and just this like her learning how to integrate into the American society and being nice to everyone is, and her relatable kind of deflections of guys she doesn't like and all these things, really good character, very likable. Next we got Mohan, which I just have to drop an S as well. Like, Devi is right for missing Mohan so much because he really was just, it seems like he was the best, you know. I have to put him up there. Yeah, maybe that's high, you know, because he's not really a character in the show. He's more of like, you know, flashbacks and all this. So you could say that, for example, like I said that that Ben wasn't up here because he didn't stand tall enough as a character. He was more of a supporting one, and Mohan is kind of like that, but Mohan is just oh man, you can't smile when you don't hear him talk, you know, like I just have to. Next we got Nalini. You usually don't hear her name so much. She's Devi's mom, and boy, I really like her character. I really liked kind of seeing her struggle to be a single parent now, and I love her kind of opening up in season 2 and meeting new people, and I just there's something about the way she's kind of like she's a strict tries to be a strict mom, but really she's this fun person that married a fun guy, and they were really they liked uh I don't know, they were just really fun, kind people, and she is that, but she also tries to be the strict mom, and that balance between the two, and the struggle. Something about it. I know I'm stammering, and I'm hard to explain it, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. She just I really like her character. You know, I think she's likable, just like Kamala. And lastly, we have Devi, who is the focus of the show. And I don't want to put her lower than A. Do I think she's better than Ben? Like, she's, like, straight off the bat, she's not a great person. She makes so many mistakes. She is ungrateful. She's not really the best friend. She's not really the best girlfriend. She makes things very difficult to watch sometimes because you look at her, what she's doing, and you're like, don't do that. And she does it anyways, and all that. But despite everything, she makes the show interesting, and that's the most important thing. Having the show focused around you, and you make it interesting. That's a good sign. So you know, despite all these things and her not being the best person, she is a very interesting character. So I do have to put her in A. I think she's more interesting than, for example, Ben. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with this list. The characters in S, I think, deserve to be there. Maybe Paxton gets bumped down here. Nah, he deserves. He's after season 2, I think he definitely deserves his place in S tier, because he's grown like a butterfly. Okay, but that's my list for Never Have I Ever. I really like the show, and I can't wait for what is it, next season, 3, 4? I can't remember. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you enjoy this content, and if you want to see any more Never Have I Ever videos, let me know with your own suggestions for what you want to see. And without further ado, won't waste any more of your time. This has been the Third Wing channel, and I'll see you guys soon.